What's going on, everybody? It's Fade Dating Coach Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about a topic a lot of you women like, according to my YouTube analytics. No contact. And what does it actually look like? Okay, now, I have a lot of videos on it. I actually have a whole guide on it down below if you're interested. But the reason I'm talking or I'm making a video about this is I had a client the other day, God bless her soul. She's probably watching this. She's amazing. But she was, and I'm not gonna put her information out there, but she was in a relationship, a good relationship actually. The guy's actually a decent dude, but the relationship didn't work out for, what I guess work reasons, moving distance, him feeling stuck where he's at in life, like a lot of things. Okay, didn't work out, and she started doing no contact for 2 weeks. And she was telling me the story. And she's like, yeah, I just look at his stuff. I just look at his stories. I'm like, wait, what? She says, yeah, I look at his stories. And I'm like, no. That's not no contact. You have not started no contact yet, right? And so I kind of want to give women the public service, the PSA on what it looks like, okay? So before doing that, I want to talk about when to actually do it and why you would do it. The win is after communication. As much as you all think I like to talk and play games, no, dating is a game, but I'm not telling you to do all these like manipulation tactics. And she thought it was at one time too, until I described, I told her this stuff. And it's the fact that, no, the first thing you're doing is communicating your needs, wants, and desires, of course, in a fair way where there's a solution to both. You want a win-win possibility. Where he's happy, you're happy, we come together, come up with a solution, move forward, right? That's the best case scenario. Unfortunately, if she's talking to me, that's not the case. Or if my clients are talking to me or you're watching this video, that's not the case. A guy might say, okay, I'll do this, I'll be more consistent, I'll change, whatever. A week later, does the same shit. You bring it up again, right? We'll say, okay, you know what? I'm going to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. Let me address it again. If it keeps on happening, ladies, you got to cut the dude off. If you let a guy get away with this type of stuff, right, you are lowering your value. I always tell women that the cycle, like the reason you're in the situation you're in is the following. Here's the cycle. You like a guy so much, you desire a man so much that you fear losing him to the point where you lower your standards to keep him around, and then you wonder why you're in the situation you're in, right? Always happens. Always happens. I don't think there's anything wrong with biting your tongue here or there. No one's perfect. I'm not saying a guy has to be upstanding citizen and win the Nobel Peace Prize in terms of boyfriend. Like, no, everyone makes mistakes. And I'm not saying, there's not going to be mistakes down the road. But if it's something important to you, like consistency, effort, taking you out on dates instead of like always asking you to come over, especially during the, I'm a dating coach, especially during the dating process where you're supposed to be courted and he's not doing any of that and you address it, but he doesn't change. That's a problem. That is a man. Here's why I say it's not okay. This is a man negotiating and bargaining your value. When you let up and you let up consistently, you are showing your value, okay? There's nothing wrong with going over a dude's house and hooking up, as long as he's also taking you out. There's nothing wrong with a guy, taking a while to text, as long as he eventually texts you in other things or other areas of the relationship are good, such as, maybe he was at work or whatever, and it takes a while to text you, or, he slept in, and again, doesn't matter when other areas are good. Him as a good communicator, or he has been consistent. Like, this is fine, type of thing. So you're good. But when shit doesn't work out and you keep on bringing it up, yeah, then it's time to do no contact because the guy's not learning his lesson, right? Now, why are we doing no contact? I know why you want to do it. You want to do it because you want to get a guy to regret it and see your value and stuff like that. But once you do that, you already lost because you're outcome dependent. There's a reason he's doing that shit in the first place, and you addressing it and him not changing it. He just doesn't give a shit as much as you do. You're going to lose. Trust me. You're doing no contact for you. You're doing no contact because you know your value. You know your worth. And you're not even asking for much. You're asking for consistency. I tell women, why are you negotiating bare minimum? Like, women negotiate bare minimum all the time. Like, bro, I'm asking to hear from you, more than what I'm hearing from you, which is never. I'm asking for you to take me out on a date. I'm asking for you to invest. I'm asking for you to initiate. I'm asking for you to ask me on a damn date. Shit, I'll plan to just ask. Like, women negotiate like bare minimum. And they stick around, then they wonder why they're in the situation, like I said earlier, why you're in the situation you're in. No, you're doing no contact for you, not for him, not to get the outcome you want. Now, of course, that could be a plus, but if you go in with that mindset, you already lost. Trust me. Now, what does no contact look like? It's fucking no contact. Actually, a lot of you already know what it looks like besides my one client, which if you're watching this on, it's zero contact. You're not looking at his shit. I don't care if his dog died. You're not saying, hey, I hope I hope you get better. I'm here for you. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. I don't care if his mom or dad are in the hospital. I don't give a shit. I don't care if he got a job promotion. Who gives a shit? You're not saying anything. Now, people are like, well, what about deleting him on social media? I guess you can if you want. It doesn't really matter. There's pros and cons to each. If you already have them, just keep them on. Just don't ever look at his shit. And post. But here's the important thing: post as if you don't give a shit what he's thinking. A lot of women are like, I usually don't post this much. Then don't post if you're not posting a lot. Or I don't want to post me going out all the time. He thinks I don't give a shit what he thinks about it. That's why you're losing. Because you give a shit. So stop. But post normally, keep them on social media. Don't ever look at his shit. Don't ever initiate. Rarely respond. I only think you should respond if he's blowing up your shit and comes back around. None of the I miss you stuff. That's not enough. None of the explanations. Like, hey, I want to work this out. I thought about it. Let's talk. I'm open to a relationship, or I'm open to changing these things. Great. Then when you talk to him about it, you got to ask the following questions. How do I know you're not going to do it again? What made you change? Are you wanting a relationship? I guess depending on what the situation is. But usually girls would do no contact when a guy says he doesn't want a relationship at the two month mark and whatever she pulled. But if he's coming back around, it's like, well, it's for a relationship, buddy. Nothing else. Like, we're not seeing where it goes or starting over. Now, we're moving into a relationship, from the get-go. And things like that, right? So no contact is literally no contact. It's like ghosting, but with, I guess, some type of merit, with some type of reasoning that you both should know. You should not be doing no contact in a passive-aggressive manner, ladies. You need to be doing no contact in terms of, I addressed the situation, I did my part, I tried to come up with a solution, you said your part, you said you were going to change, you didn't say, or you didn't change, I brought it up and addressed it again. The problem's still happening. I'm not about it. This is why I'm pulling away. Best of luck. And if he can't change that, especially when a guy comes around, he just says, hey, I miss you. Hey, you want to hang out? Hey, you want to talk? Like, don't respond to that, ladies. Don't look at his shit. Don't look at his stories. Don't post sappy shit. Just act as if you never met the dude. And if he's reaching out to you, do not respond unless the dude is essentially saying, I miss you. I know I told you not to do that, but what I'm saying is, like, he's doing it a lot. I mean, let's talk. Again, I know I said not to respond to these, but he gets to the point where he's saying that he's changed, he wants to change, he wants to try it out, like, whatever. And again, how can you trust the guy? You can't. That's why you need to ask him, how do I know you're not going to do this again? How can I trust you? What changed? People don't change that fast, buddy. And if we're doing this from the relationship from the get-go. I'm not wasting it. Like, you know what you're getting. I'm not wasting my time, right? So you have to convey all that. And he gets one chance. Anything more, you're getting played, ladies. He gets one chance. Now, in my opinion, I would get a session with me, simply for the fact that I think a lot of you don't know if it's going to happen again or not. 90% of the time, 95% of the time it does. I can help you find that out. Just because a guy comes around and says all these things doesn't mean things are changing. You have to look into his dating history. You have to look into his actions. Has he done this shit before? How long has he been doing it? There's a reason why he's doing it. And that's what's important to figure out, because if you don't know that, you're going to kind of get screwed, okay? It's going to happen again. So if you want to get a session with me, links down below, ladies. I love you all. Take care and peace.